Hey there, this is Mr. Icarus, and welcome to yet another episode of Doom Mod Madness. This time around, we're checking out Mechatron, a gameplay mod that puts you in a great big stompy mech suit. And let me tell you, I love my great big stompy mech suits. It basically turns you into War Machine out of Iron Man. Well, minus the fact that you can't fly, and, well, this guy is actually pretty slow and lumbering. But hey, it's a great big stompy mech suit, that's pretty much par the course. The real War Machine thing about this to me is the fact that you can do this. Oh baby, that is nice. The fact that you get all the weaponry right off the bat, and that you can select it all and fire it off at the same time, well that is just power fantasy incarnate to me, which is just really cool. And yeah, me likey. You've got to be careful though, because you've got a finite amount of ammunition to deal with here, and if you run out of one particular type of ammo, it doesn't matter if you've got ammo for the rest of them, it'll stop you firing them all off at the same time. So you know what, for now, we're going to stick with the phased blasters, and we're going to melt some demon face. Oh, hello, Revenants and Archvilles, my most hated enemies. Eat it! This is a map called Sunder, by the way. Thank you very much to Combine047 for suggesting this in the comments of the last video. I've been looking for a map like this to test out my gameplay mods, and occasionally Strife 2 doesn't cut it, and going into nuts isn't really an option because it tanks my computer to hell. But this is a much more controlled environment for me, and allows me to record at over, well, 2 frames per second, which is always greatly appreciated. We're going to swap over to the chain gun cannons just to demonstrate another mod that I've got bolted onto this, let's say. We've got the Ketchup Mod bolted on, and can you tell what it does? It basically amps up the gore, which is something I think the Mechatron mod on its own is sorely missing. It's missing a little bit of punch, a little bit of viscera, and Ketchup is a really good way to punch it up a little bit, because I was feeling a little underwhelmed, to be perfectly honest, when I was playing it in its vanilla version. And that's partly Russian Overkill's fault, because Russian Overkill has made everything seem kind of weedy and kind of boring. It's the unfortunate side effect of playing these kind of mods. You've constantly got another mod in the back of your mind reminding you of how fun it is, despite the fact that Megatron is pretty fun in its own right. I mean, look at that. That is a mess. And I love being able to make a mess in these games. We're going to pick up a bit more ammo because we ran out of chain gun. But yeah, he is hoping that over time, as I get through more mods, Russian Overkill can linger a little less at the back of my brain, and I can maybe think about future mods a little bit more objectively. But for now, Mechatron is going to have to deal with its underdog status. It's still fun. It's still fun. It's just not Russian Overkill. Sorry. Damn it, why won't he die? Anyway, Sunder is pretty interesting, mainly because of the way it structures its encounters. I like the way that it has these interconnected rooms that just double as an arena. It's pretty fun. And it just escalates. It just escalates. It gets more and more hairy as you go on, and it provides a good barometer for how overpowered a gameplay mod actually is, because these particular maps will throw everything at you. And I can honestly say that, despite the fact that this is a power fantasy mod, you will die. You will die. It's a pretty big map pack as well, so if you get through the challenge on one level, there are plenty more for you to test out. But let's see if we can get through this particular level in one piece, shall we? And to be perfectly honest, there's not really much to talk about when it comes to Mechatron, because you see it all on the screen right here. You've got the HUD, you've got the guns, you've got the progress and the status meters. I think that really my favorite thing about Mechatron in a nutshell is the fact that it really sells the concept of you being in a great big stompy mech suit. The way it lumbers around, the sound that it makes when you walk, it sells the experience, and that is exactly what I was after. In fact, as a little extra here as well, I was playing around with the chase cam just to double check that the mod creator had done their due diligence, and I found out that they had put a great big stompy mech suit there. It may not be the kind of color scheme or design I was hoping for, but hey, it still makes me believe I'm in a big stompy thing, and that's pretty cool in its own right. It may have a great big fat backside, but hey, don't judge. Oh crap, that's a cyber demon. Anyway, best get out of the way. Oh crap, I've run out of ammo. Right, we're on blasters. Blasters should save us from now, and we're going to let the monsters fight amongst themselves. which I think is a key gameplay concept of these particular maps. I like to call them attrition maps, just because it pretty much is a war of attrition. You're frequently going to run out of ammunition. You're going to have to rely on enemies getting caught in the crossfire to weed themselves out. And you got to be a little bit intelligent with the way you approach these things, because these are unholy combinations of enemies. It's a goddamn cyber demon, for Christ's sake. And I'm sure there's a few more Hell Knights kicking around here that I haven't activated yet. And, oh, bloody Archvilles. Archvilles, if you don't know why I hate them, especially when they're combined with large groups, it's the fact that they can resurrect other enemies. And we're down to Flamer and Rockets, so you know what? Bring on the Rockets. Rockets are the only language that the Cyber Demon understands, and we must reply in kind. Any minute now, come on. Oh, crap! I wasn't keeping I wasn't keeping an eye on my shield and health, but as you can see, you can die. It is a possibility. It is a possibility. But yeah, Mechatron. Pretty fun, especially if you're looking for just a, you know, a short and sweet blast 'em up situation. Combined with maps like Sunder, it's pretty fun. And you know what, I'm hoping that I may be able to actually complete Sunder with the Mechatron mod. That would be nice. That would be an achievement I can scratch off my list, but let's face it, the nature of the videos that I do mean that I'm swapping around stuff fairly quickly, and it does become flavor of the week all over again when I find something new. So it makes it very hard for me to stick with something and play it all the way through to the end, but I'm gonna try that with Sunder at the very least. That should be fun. I've been trying to play Russian Overkill with Return to Saturn X, which, if you don't know, is a absolutely fantastic megawatt. You should totally check it out. Hopefully in future videos I'll be able to use it with some of the other mods that I've got on my list, because Return to Saturn X is just... it looks great, it's structured great, and it's absolutely huge. If you want to waste a day playing Doom and sink your teeth into a campaign, seriously check it out. And check out Sunder as well. Links, as usual, are going to be in the comments below, but oh man. There's just something nice about painting the walls red, isn't there? I feel sorry for the cleanup crew. What's that game, Viscera cleanup detail? They totally need one for Doom. Someone mod that in, that'd be fun. In fact, that's what I'm going to search for next. If I can't find it, I will be sorely disappointed. That's Viscera cleanup detail. Look it up if you don't know about it. There's even a multiplayer version, it's hilarious. But anyway, this has been Mr. Icarus. This has been Mechatron. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a comment if you feel like I've left anything out, or you just want to suggest other mods for me to check out. And if you're not subscribed already, well, you know what? You're a lost cause, man. What are you doing with your life? You should be subscribed right this goddamn second. Anyway, Mr. Icarus. Doom Mod Madness. Megatron. Icarus out. Let's thunk. Oh yeah.